Hello, welcome to African Women in the Diaspora, where we talk about the lives of African women who live outside their home country. We talk about their challenges, we proffer solutions, we talk about their successes, and of course, as always, my name is Ngozi Jason, and today we have a phenomenal woman. I love this woman so much. We've never met, but I just like her because I have a way of knowing people just by talking to them. I feel their energy. I know that this woman is kind. I know she's compassionate. I know that she's generous. I just know it just by my conversation, the tone of her voice, the way her eyes are. I know without even meeting her in person. I just like this woman. So her name is Coach Ify. Welcome to African Women in the Diaspora, Coach Ify. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
God bless you. So, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, my name is Ify Ogbonna Ni Nweke, and like I always start, I'm a child of God. I'm a mom. I'm a proud mom. I love being a mom. I was discussing with Ngozi. I love being a mom. Then I'm a food technologist. I never practiced, and I read Bible and theology. But presently, I work as a medical assistant here in Germany, and I'm also a stress to success strategist. I'm a coach, I'm a life coach. That's what I do.
Awesome. So you can see that Coach Ify wears many hats. And she's a food technologist, she's a medical lab scientist, she's a coach. Wonderful. Women are just too much. Women are too much. You know, I noticed that it's a lot of the women I speak to, they are into so many things. So it's really true that women are able to handle many things without getting confused, without getting disorganized. It's a talent or gift, superpower that God has given us that men don't have. Men have to just focus on one thing or else, but we can do so many things and be successful at all of them. So it's really awesome.
That's true.
So I want to ask you a question. You live in Germany, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so and how long have you lived in Germany?
I always have to think how old my daughter is, and I'll add 1 or 2 years on it. It's about 24 years, going to 25 years.
Wow. And how has it been, 25 years in Germany, in a country where, because Nigeria's our official language is English, and then you moving to Germany, having to learn a new language. How has it been?
Well, I didn't choose Germany. Germany chose me in the sense that at that time I got married, and that time my husband, my ex-husband now, was living in Germany, and I didn't want any distant relationship. So I said, either you come back home, I come to meet you. So, and everybody will say the best thing to do is to go abroad. So that's when I came to Germany. And it has not been easy. It was not easy that time because at that time you could come to Germany without really knowing the language. But right now, before you come to Germany to renew and for reunion, you have to go to school there to learn some German language. But at that time, when I came, you just come. And German is a strange language. I had to start learning, and it was not easy, And sometimes in a old street, in the supermarket, you are the only black there. So I think my greatest challenge was, first of all, the language. The language was not easy. It's not still easy for me to learn because I'm not a language person. I'm more of a scientist. But language is what I struggle with. So it was not easy. And then being alone was not a big problem for me because I'm a person that I thrive within myself. So not having people around that I know was not a big challenge for me, but I've seen it's really a big challenge for the most people, which is normal. It's supposed to be a challenge. So it was not really easy. The environment is comfortable. You have some securities that you don't have in Nigeria, but it was not easy. And I thought when I come here, I'm going to grow, I'm going to work, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But where those things were not possible because one, I had the language barrier, two, I had a child, and no help. That means you have to stay at home to take care of your children. And if you wanted to say, okay, let me get help from somebody, you cannot even afford to pay for that help. So I had to wait before any growth in that sense because I was growing. My family was growing, of course, but monetary or career-wise, there was no growth. And that was a big challenge because I'm a person that I love to learn. I love to grow, climb my own ladder. So that was the setback.
Oh yeah, and that is actually a challenge that many women face
Yeah.
because you would have to stay at home while your spouse, if you're married, while your spouse goes to work. And no matter how much, whether some people, I know of somebody, she's a PhD holder. She was a lecturer back in Nigeria. She now came to the UK. She's now working as a care assistant, you know, and she's not happy about it. She's been here for about 2 years. She's not happy about it, you know, but what can she do? She just has to
That's
start. You have to start from the
one of the
bottom.
challenges we go through. Like I said, I read food technology. Coming here, first of all, it's in English. So that was the first challenge. Second challenge, they don't trust our certificate sometimes. So you have to go and translate it, and then they have to grade it to see if it is up to their own. So you see people coming here with their bachelor's degree and everything not recognized. You still have to go to the university for 1 year plus for it to be upgraded to their own standard. That has been a setback for so many people here, that you see them, they now start new careers,
Yeah,
new study lines, and
yeah,
that is really
yeah.
painful to see.
Yeah, that's true. So I want to ask you, how has your identity as a Nigerian evolved over the years living in Germany? For someone like me, you know how in Nigeria, I just took my identity as a Nigerian for granted. I'm Nigerian, I'm Nigerian. So, you know, I didn't really think much about it. But when I came here, I found out that I want everybody to know I'm Nigerian. I just started taking more pride in myself as a Nigerian. Everywhere I go, if I have the opportunity, I like to talk about Nigeria and what's happening in Nigeria. I like to dress like a Nigerian. I just want to get noticed as a Nigerian. So, has it been the same for you, and how has it been? So,
If I'm truthful, I'm not your typical African woman. I'll explain myself. So I'm also not a typical Nigerian. You know, there's when you say Nigerian person, there's some vibes and things about them. And I didn't really have that. You understand? I didn't really have that. So that did not really disturb me. But I'm black. So I'm first of all, you are black, you are Nigerian, you're supposed to dress differently. Your hair, today they see you wear one wig, tomorrow they're asking you, did you go to the salon
it
again
confuses
to
them.
do your
It
it
confuses them when they
confuses
see
them.
you.
So in that sense, at the beginning, I tried to fit in. These people, they don't like extravagant things, so I try to always fit in. But what I've learned now, I try to stand out for who I am, my height, the way I talk. This is me. You understand? So, and I believe to an extent, when you go to another culture, really, you need to fit in. You need to understand them the way they are trying to understand you. So, and that's what I did in the first place. I try to understand them, the language, their culture. I don't talk in the bus because our voice is loud.
Wow,
If
yes.
two Africans are in the room speaking, they can call police because they think you guys are
It's true.
fighting.
Yes.
You know,
Especially
so
Nigerians.
I said Nigerians, so I had to try and fit in with my voice, with everything. As time went back, I started to stand out. Before I would say because my name is Ifoma Margaret, no, Margaret Ifoma Obona. So I said my name is Margaret, and where I am, they will call me Margaret. Their A is a bit softer. So sometimes somebody is calling me, I'm not even knowing. So from Margaret, I started saying, no, I'm Ify. You understand? So even my children, I give them, when I register them in school, I make their Igbo name to be the first name that we can stand out. But with time, we'd see, especially in this culture where I am, where the language is also different, I try to blend it too. I stand out in my being a Nigerian, being an African woman with our African values, but also embracing the culture and the good things that they have there, you understand? So the journey has been like from trying to fit in to now standing out to who I am. That has been my
Exactly.
my life,
Exactly.
my
Yeah,
journey.
exactly. I think that's many people's experience. When you first come, you want to fit in, you want to understand. That's the wise thing to do. You want to
Yeah,
watch, observe, understand them, try to fit in. Then as you start to gain more confidence in yourself, you now want to stand out. You don't just want to blend in with the crowd. You want to be your own person.
exactly.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
that's really good.
Exactly.
And you've authored 3 books, the journal, right?
Yeah, yes, yes,
Wonderful.
yes.
What motivated you to start writing, and what themes do you explore in your books?
I've always wanted to write. I've always wanted to write, but I've always wanted to write about myself, the things I've gone through. But anytime I start writing, I realize I cannot say that one outside. Hey, I cannot. How would they feel? So I just realized that it was difficult for me to write and expose my feelings or my experiences with people around me. Because maybe let me give an example. You are growing up and your brother did one kind crazy thing. You can expose yourself, but you cannot expose him without his permission. You cannot expose some kind of fight two people had and he did something to you that you now say, fine. So that restricted me a lot from writing, but I've always wanted to write. I always journaled. I always write things down, scribbled it. Then when I was 47, then also what they call it, as a Christian, I've written so many books, so many things. Let me put it that way. From being a Christian leader, the life of a believer that are not anywhere. I just write them down. I just make this study myself and I write them down. So when I was 47, I was going live. Every day I was going live to talk about the 47 lessons. I'm a person that talk a lot about life lessons. Sometimes my kids, they get tired. They say, Mama, let's watch this film. No life lessons. Just let's watch this film. No life lessons. I receive, lessons from everything. So I went live every day to share the things I've experienced. And after those 47 days, I now decided to put it in a book. So that was how my first book came out, Sailing Through Life. And in that period also, I transitioned, from being a married woman to being separated, to being alone with the kids, to starting a business. So all those things I learned along the way that has helped me, So after that, since I was in coaching, I now wrote a signature book basically about my coaching and the things people can gain from it. Then the third one was my journal, because I journal a lot. I said, well, let me share the way I journal. And the last one, I live here in Germany, and I realized that I need to, we always think about back home, but we are living here. I've lived here for 25 years. And I say, okay, and I'm working in the medical field as a medical assistant, and I'm doing stress management. How do I combine the two? That's why I now wrote a book. It's in German, but in English it says, Help, I'm a medical assistant. The tips and tools to help you overcome stress in that profession. That's what I wrote. And for now, that's my best-selling book, because I can talk to people on the road. I can go to clinics and say, this is my book, because I'm here on ground. So those are the books that I've written. They are not so personal because, like I said, I believe to come to a time where I need to write my personal story. But my next book is one that is all my books till now, they are facts. My next book is a theory that I'm living. Is something I'm living. It's to be called the double woman theory. It's something what I'm living and where I want to be. We aspire to be somewhere, but a lot of us don't even smell it. We don't even get there. You understand? So this book is to help women to get there, to show them that way. Yes, your future self is calling you. It's calling you to get there. And I'm seeing it in my life. Part of me getting there is part of me being in front of you. This is part of the theory. I envisioned it. I visualized it. This is where I want to be. These are the things I want to do. I do the actions I can do. I pray. I learn. But I'm getting there. That 70 years old me, that 80 years old me is calling me. You can do it. When I fall, it's okay, you've fallen. Get up, you can come there. So that's what the book will be about. Awesome. I'm so excited. It has taken me almost 2 years writing the book. So, and I'm still writing it, but it will come out.
Well, I'm really looking forward to that. I would like to read that book. Looking forward to it. Are your books, are they written in German or English?
They are written in English. Just the last one that is in German because it's for the German space. But basically, my books are written in English.
In English, okay. So just the last one. Can you discuss how your personal experiences? I think you've already answered that question. You kind of answered that question. All right. What has been the most rewarding feedback you've received from readers of your books or your journal?
There's a lady, her name is Dr. Ibere. She has a girls' time out group. So, whereby she tries to mentor young girls. So she attended, I do boot camps every year, normally 2 times in a year for women, for moms, boot camp. And she attended my first
online boot camp or in person?
Yeah, it's an online boot camp.
Okay.
Yeah. So my first boot camp, she attended it and we talked, there were about 12 women in the program and she was part of it. And she being a doctor and being in Germany and having a child and, she wants to continue her career and she cannot for now because of that child. And you just feel sometimes as a mom not fulfilled. because of that. So those are part of the things we talked about in that program, and it blessed us so much. That's one. Then when my book came out, she now read it. She said, "Wow, that she was so blessed about that sailing through life, because these are just short lessons. For example, taking people the way they are, because I'm a person that I come to people based on my own principles, my own. I believe somebody should not be wicked. I believe you should be kind and ready to help. I believe somebody will not purposely do you bad, for example. But I've learned that sorry is not so. When somebody have shown you who they are the first time, you give an excuse. Oh, she did not see me, she stepped on me. Second time, no, her mind was somewhere else, she stepped on you. Third time, hey, madam, take am. She is like that. And when you see her coming, you remove your leg and go out of the room if possible. You understand? That is not you, but that is the person you are dealing with at that time. So she was so blessed with the book that she now went through the book with those girls. We now they now invited me also to speak to them. Once in a while, she would just sit down and remember what that book and that program did for her. She would just do a video and say, "You guys, you need to attend this woman's program. You need to read this book." And that gives me joy. I keep telling God, I just want one person to be blessed. And I get people being blessed. And I'm so, 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 so happy. I'm privileged to have that feedback.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Before we continue, let's just pause here. I just want to give a message for our sponsor for today. Today's sponsor is Also Yummy. Also Yummy is a range of hair care and skin care products for the African skin. Africans, when they move to the Western world, somehow the weather is dry for them. People's skin start drying up. People start having, their faces start breaking out in pimples and all kinds of things. Also Yummy is fantastic. That's what I use. Look at my face. If you're watching on YouTube, my face is very smooth. I use Also Yummy oil for my face. I use the shea butter and coconut shea butter / coconut oil cream for my skin. It's actually really, really good. So whether summer, winter, whatever the weather, if you use Also Yummy, it works fantastic. So if you want to know where you can get Also Yummy, just send me an email at ngozijason@gmail.com. That's ngozijason1@gmail.com. All right, we are back. Coach Ify, so now I want to ask you, you mentioned when we were talking before we came on air, you talked about your monthly webinars on stress management. What can you tell us more about it?
Okay, I started that new this year, whereby I have monthly, I create a webinar. So it started in June. No, it started in May. For example, the May this year. The May webinar was stress to success, whereby I dealt on the basic stress language and things that people understand about stress. Because I also do the webinar because people sometimes they feel I cannot pay for a program. You understand? So the webinars are a bit cheaper, then you come and learn with other people. Then the second one, for example, I targeted it to immigrants, people in diaspora, because there is a kind of specific stress we encounter, we go through. That was for June. And for example, this month in July, I'm having a self-care masterclass. People think self-care is not necessary, is luxury, is expensive. No.
Yeah.
Self-care is not that. So I do that to give people opportunity to come together to create a better lifestyle. Like the webinar for last month about immigrants. We come here, we are stretched and sometimes silenced, in the sense that your certificate is not accepted, these different things. So you are silenced. Then people call you at home, you want to keep up face. You want to show that I'm making it. Are you making it?
What keep up
Are you
face? Yes.
All these things, and your life is just going. Your life is going. You are sending money back home. You are doing everything back home. You are living here like a, and your life is going. You're not counting this time. So that webinar was to make you live in the moment while planning for the future, making you set the right boundaries for yourself and with others, making you regain back your identity. Like we talked about identity. When you come somewhere, you are lost. Should I say good morning, sir? Should I say good morning, ma? Should I? You are lost. Where do somebody place me in the ladder? So that was what that webinar was about. I will still do it sometimes towards the end of the year again. So if someone is interested, but for this month on the 26th of July, I'm having that self-care webinar to really tell you about self-care. Self-care can save you time, can save you money, can improve your relationship. Because sometimes when we don't take care of ourselves, we are angry from work, we'll come back, we'll transfer this anger
To
to
the
our families. But a very simple thing you can do to break that stress from work, breathe, have some space, come back renewed, or communicate it. These are simple tools that you can use to improve your relationship. So self-care can do a lot of things for you. That's what we're talking about on the 26th of July.
26th of July. Okay, that's just
That's
Saturday.
less than
Next week
10 days.
Saturday.
Next week, Saturday, yeah.
Okay. All right. So now you've mentioned self care. Self care is something that I'm not a professional at. I don't have professional knowledge about it, but it's something that I've always been interested in. Because anybody who knows me, people tell me, they call me enjoyment minister. I hate stress. I like to, if somebody's going to stress, because now they say stress can be good, fine. But anything that's
Yeah.
going to stress me negatively, it's either I deal with it or I run away from it. So I don't like
That's
stress.
it.
Now, I want you to coach me for like 5 minutes. Let me give you something. Something happened this morning as I woke up. We spoke this morning. So
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep last night for some reason. I don't know why I couldn't. I think I slept for about an hour around 7 o'clock p.m. and I woke up at about 8 or so. And then my children now came, and you know how your children, as they're growing up, they're telling you things, talking to you, and you can't tell them to please leave you alone. You just want to be by yourself. And they came to my room, they were talking until about 9:30, 10. Then their father came back and was talking his own too. Before I knew it, it was like past 10 to 11. Then when I laid down to sleep, I couldn't sleep until like past 1. Finally, I slept, and then I woke up. So, and I was feeling very tired. Then I went downstairs. I had cleaned my house. I had vacuumed yesterday. Vacuumed the house, cleaned everything, cleaned the kitchen. Everywhere was shiny. I was very happy. Only to come downstairs. I don't know who cooked. And the cooker was messed up. And they did not clean it.
I can understand.
I just took a deep breath. I said, let it not be that it's my husband that did this thing. Because I'm not sure. This cooker was clean last night. I'm not sure that my children did any cooking last night. So when they came downstairs, when they got ready for school, I asked them if they cooked. They said no. So I said, okay, so it's their father that did this thing. He will come and meet me. He will come and meet me. So my question is, what if the stress is coming from home, not even from outside? So coach me. What do I?
Yes, I think the worst kind of stress you can have is the one coming from home. I know some of us, we work whereby we are spending 40, 50, 60 hours at work. But sometimes you now come home, and when you're going to work, it's as if I'm going to stress. You're already like, you are prepared. But when you're coming home, you are coming to rest. That's your mind. And you are coming home, you're not coming to rest. So most of this stress stays at home. I have moms that they prefer to go to work than to be full-time housewife.
Yes.
You understand? So to imagine that is that home stress. So part of the things you do, first of all, is routine. You as a person, you must have a routine, and your family must have a routine. So if your family routine starts by 7 in the morning, for example, your routine is supposed to start 30 to 1 hour before, because you are leading the home in that this thing. And that routine, you have your morning and your evening routine. Your evening routine, for example, but like what you said, is to keep the kitchen clean so that you can wake up to a clean kitchen. That's something you did well. Another thing is to have bedtime. When do I go to bed? Before, like you said, I talk to my kids. We will talk. Hey, the next day they're going to wake up by 9, but me, I have to wake up by 5. But I want to be a good mother. I will talk, I'll listen to them. But right now, I have my shutdown time. So they were talking to me. When I tell them, they say yes, they know. I want to throw them out. I say yes now. Because people want to talk to me tomorrow again, so I have to throw you out. So you just have to have those boundaries for yourself. Of course, there are exceptions to the rules, and that one is always there. But your normal things, you just have to have those boundaries. You have to have your night routine, your shutdown time. This is the time I go to bed. It helps you. It helps, your body is used to it. With time, your body gets used to it. I go to bed by 10. I go to bed by 9. I go to bed by 11. Doesn't matter the time, but it's your time. Then, of course, you have to have your normal sleeping time, especially as a mom. Nothing less than, I normally say 8 hours, but I know moms, sometimes we don't get it.
It's very hard.
At
I
least
don't remember
nothing
the last
less.
time I slept for 8 hours. It's been, in fact, since I
Me, I
started having
can't.
children, I doubt.
Me, I cannot. I'm not the sleeping type. That's my own. But I need my rest. I'm not the sleeping type. But at least 6 hours. That 6 hours is very important. And they say the things you do before you go to bed determines how well you sleep. Because if you don't sleep well, there's what they call the stress sleep cycle. If you don't sleep well, you get stressed. And when you get stressed, you don't sleep well. So it continues. So you have to break it one place. Either you break the stress coming in during the day, or you break the sleep, or you try and cure the sleep. So the sleep, there are some teas somebody can drink that will relax. You talked about some teas you drink. It's very
Yeah.
good, and there are some muscle relaxation techniques whereby you lie down. When we're younger, they talked about counting sheep. That is a
Yeah.
simple thing, but it can help. You start counting sheep and it will help. And there's what they call the body relaxation technique, whereby you just lie down and you just tell yourself, I breathe in air, and you are seeing the air in your eye, in your mind, going to your hand, going to your body. You're just imagining you're taking out that time, and that will make you tired. That will help you. So another thing is communication in the family. You need to
Very
communicate.
important. Yeah, which, as simple as it is, many of us find it hard to do.
We need to communicate. Like this thing, I have young older children. When they are around, you see them, their time is different. Their night is their day, and because
Yeah.
especially when they are on holiday. So
Yes.
you clean the kitchen, you do everything, you go get up the next morning, you see that by 3 o'clock somebody have done something. So I have to put rules, and I say, these are my rules. Anything you want to cook to this time. This time, nothing in my kitchen again. I have to do those rules because you cannot be shouting or be getting angry. Sometimes you cannot shout. You just get angry within yourself. Everything is inside. So I have to put those boundaries in them. So sometimes what they do is that even when they break it, they know the time I get up, they'll put alarm. They'll quickly go and do it before I get up. You understand? So because the day they break it, I tell them today, sorry, nobody should cook in the kitchen. Those are consequences that we need to put. They are difficult, so any consequence you are putting, you should be able to stand by it also. And it depends on the age of your kids. You need to
Yeah.
and you need to communicate those boundaries. So if you are working and you are coming back, when my children were still young, when I was going to work, when I'm coming back, the day was long. So immediately I'm entering the house, they're coming to me, Mommy, this happened in school, this happened in school. So I told her, I said, listen, when I come back, I need 5 minutes. I need 10 minutes to calm down. You understand? And when I'm okay, we'll talk. So before that time, I tried to also calm myself down by taking a walk. I finish work, I'm almost at home. I don't go to the house. I take a walk to calm myself down. Nothing happened though, but I know I need strength to now play that role of a mother at home. So I calm myself down, and I've already communicated with them, so they'll come, they'll hug me, and they'll now leave me. Now after 5 minutes, they're already like this because they want to talk, they want to share something. Sometimes if I'm already okay, I say, okay, come and tell me. If not, you see them, they're just say, hey mommy, can I talk now? And they respect those boundaries because you have communicated with them, you have told them why. Because you want to listen to them. I tell them, if you are talking now, I will not get what you are saying, and I want to get
Yeah.
what you are saying. So that's communication. Then also that they understand that those things make for better relationship for everybody. And when this understanding is there, is good, then you as a family also, you are now have times whereby you do things that you love. Maybe one person will
Yeah.
be massaging the other person's leg, or doing something, or playing a game. All those things, they build up a good environment and understanding environment. These are some of the tips I will give. But basically, like I said, morning and afternoon routines whereby you prepare for the day, boundaries, communication.
Awesome. Awesome. And so how many children do you have?
I have 3 young adults.
3 young
I have three
adults. Wow.
girls. I have 3 girls.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And having 3 daughters, in living abroad, what lessons have your daughters taught you over the years?
I'm so grateful for the kind of children I have, because I know how challenging it can be. And I know how difficult, especially during the teenage years. But what
Exactly.
I can say is that the way you start with them, the way we start with them. I sent out a poll yesterday. I said, who is more stressful? An African mom living abroad, an African mom in Nigeria, a German, not like that. We Africans, we have a way that we come off sometimes. You understand? And we need to embrace the things that are good and let go of the things that are not bringing us good. That's the
Very
truth.
true. Very
And
true.
also the culture where we find ourselves, we need to embrace the good things and remove the bad things. And one of the good things that they add here is communication.
True. Very true.
that we just feel that as Africans, it should be a one-way thing.
Yes,
I talk, you
they
listen.
just shout an instruction and you expect them to take it, but it doesn't work that way here.
Exactly, exactly. I talk, you listen, but no, of course, to a particular age, you do the talking. But as they are growing up, as my girls were growing up, I communicate. When I make rules, I communicate it with them. When they do something wrong, I ask them, what do you want as punishment? And I realized that they give themselves other punishment than
And you'd have given them.
I would have given them. So what they taught me is that I need to take care of myself because they saw me, I was giving everything for them. And sometimes, for example, if they ask me that time, what's my birthday gift? Look, okay, we don't have blender at home. Blender. or this cotton. Cotton. My daughter said, Mommy, it's your birthday, not family birthday. What do you need? You understand? So they taught me that I matter.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's really
And
wonderful.
yeah,
Many
that I
children
matter,
don't think that way.
and that what I need matters, and they saw me. Even they kept telling Mama, I know you can do more. They saw me and they taught me that, and that helped me a lot. That helped me a lot. And I think especially my big daughter, anytime she has birthday, I think she was eight, I don't remember, 18 or so, she always buys me a gift. She will buy me a gift and say, Mama, this is for you. See, but I say, yes, you are my mom. Without you, I will not be here. That's what she taught me. So right now, anytime I have birthday, I gift not just my mom or my ex-mother-in-law, which I still do. I give all the mother figure in my life a gift. But that's what I learned from her. And they're always saying, why? I say, you've been there for me. If not, I will not be here. So that's what also they've taught me. That love, and that's showing love is louder than perfection. I'm not a perfect person, but they've chosen
Yeah,
to love. They've chosen
yeah.
to push me,
Wow.
and I think I appreciate them for that. Really, I do.
That's really beautiful. That's really beautiful. All right. I think final question. I always enjoy
Okay.
talking to you. Usually, I don't like my podcast episode to be more than 30, 35 minutes. Now we've gone over 36 minutes. So, one more question. Before we came on air, we were talking about your. I noticed that you had lost weight. So I was asking you what you had done to lose weight, and you said you cut down carbs, which is not for everybody. For me too, what helps me lose weight is when I cut down carbs. And I was telling you that it's been hard for me. In fact, I did a podcast episode about women gaining weight when they move abroad, and the reason why I gained weight because I didn't have time to make my own food, make my family's food. So I'll be eating all the carbs that I would normally not eat because I find it hard to prep my own food. And then sometimes life can be so stressful. I just say, I beg, I don't have time for that. I'll just eat whatever I see. A lot of times I'm in a hurry to move from one thing to another, and I'll just eat whatever is available and then go my way. So you talked about your one-to-one program. Can you tell us about that one-to-one program, duration, how much it costs, and if someone is interested, how they can get in touch with you?
Yeah, okay. Good. And let me just talk about stress. I'm a person that under stress I eat also. Why some people under stress they don't eat. So, and part of stress management, what we do is knowing yourself, knowing your body. Before, when I add weight, I just tell myself, I give myself through 2-3 weeks, I would lose weight. But I struggled recently, like I told you, and I had to see because I'm undergoing menopause. My body has changed. I have sheath thyroid. All my hormones are working somehow. So I had to change. So, and also lifestyle. So this program, The Balanced Woman, entails all these things. It's a 3 weeks intense program. Mostly I do it one-on-one, but sometimes I can have a girls group, a women's group, and say, okay, let's do it as a group. Then I charge differently, you understand? So you can have 5-10 women doing it together, you understand? But the one-on-one group, one-on-one this thing is 149 euros. 149 euros, 3 weeks with 3 Zoom meetings. And what you're going to get is, first of all, you're going to understand yourself. When you understand yourself, you have solved your problem 50%.
That's true.
Most of us don't understand ourselves. Most of us will be surprised the way we react in situations. So you need to understand yourself. So, okay, when I'm stressed, this is what I normally do. I keep quiet. You understand? And you keep quiet. You're not shouting at anybody, but you are pushing everybody away. So how do you, but that's your natural way. So how do you change that without losing you? So we talked about you knowing yourself. Then we now talked about the things you can do, your health, your weight, your food, balanced diet, drinking water. Water is life. Exercise, movement, how you can put it. Before I was not going to the gym, for example, because it did not fall into my time. I didn't have the money for it for a long time. But I was going for a walk and I was moving at home. Now I started going to the gym. So you also learn different tools, time management. You're going to create a routine for yourself, and A's routine is different from B's routine. And what women need to know is that when a woman is saying something works for them, it might not work for you.
Yeah.
That's why you listen to them, but you go into details. For example, now, what stresses me out is when you tell me to go to a party. I'm stressed out. I don't like it. But you ask me, when I'm stressed out, you ask me to clean this house. I'm excited. You asked me to go
Oh
for an
my God,
exam.
please come to my house. Come to my house, I beg. Come and clean my house because I hate cleaning.
Since I was small, even my mom, I would go to her friend's house to go and clean.
Are
Afterwards,
you
the
serious?
way the house looks like, I love it.
Hey, God, may I distress myself by cleaning? I clean because I have to, not because I like it. I hate, in fact, any kind of housework I hate. I just do it because I have to.
It's always interesting in my mom's group whereby you see one person cooking, oh my God, no, why the other person cooking relaxes them. So you really need to discover what you can do for yourself and what you can outsource. And another thing is that when you are growing, we have to learn that as moms, as women, we evolve, we change. The things we used to like, somehow we stop liking them. You have to listen to your body. You have to say, but why am I feeling this way? This thing I used to like it, but now, before I love to cook and I cook, maybe I've cooked too much in my life that right now to cook, I don't like it. But I do it because I have to do. But before I enjoyed it, maybe because I don't have the time. So, and how to like now I prep my food. I can prep my food for the next 3 days because life happens when you are busy. And because I know that when I am stressed, I eat wrongly. I prep the food, I prep my salad, I prep my protein, my vegetables. So I just come back, I just take them. It's easy for me. So these are part of the things: time management, how to manage your time, how to manage your money, how to prioritize, then how to set boundaries. Don't allow people to pressure you. I want to go to this party, you must wear this as be. If you can afford it comfortably, yes, but learn to say no, even at work. Learn to say no, learn not to carry workload to the house, and learn to know which of your roles is the most important role. Sometimes we miss it. Sometimes we say it, but we don't do it. Say, my family is the most important things to me. But when I look at your life, your family is down on your list. So these are the things we do. I hold you accountable. You change your lifestyle become changed. You know, when your lifestyle become changed, you put things like this is where I normally put it. This is life. And all these things inside, for example, they are stress. They'll be entering. And sometimes when they get full, you start getting angry. You start getting mad. You are adding weight. You are talking wrongly with people. You are depressed. All those things will be coming out. But what we try to do is that we want to put here holes here: self-care, time management, setting boundaries, learning new things, knowing yourself. Then this bucket will never get full because you are putting them. You doing those things weekly, some daily, reducing it. So every time you are calm, so that's what you're going to do in that program. Like I said, one-on-one is 149 euros. But if you are in a group, you say you have 5 friends, you want to learn it, contact me, I'll give you a discount.
Wow. I'd like to go for this. Maybe you'll give me a discount. I want to do one-on-one, only me. Maybe you'll give me a discount as your best friend.
Coach, I have your back. I got your back.
That's awesome. So how can someone, and to the lady listening now, how can she get in touch with you if she's interested in this program?
You can get me on Instagram, Balance Living Consulting, or you write Coach Ify, I'll come out, or my email address, balancelivingconsulting@gmail.com. Write me an email and tell me you are from Ngozi. I'm going to give you a discount also.
Wonderful. So your Instagram is Balance Living Consulting. That's your Instagram.
Okay, now exactly.
Then your email
all my pages, yeah.
Okay, all your pages are Balance Living Consulting. Okay.
Yeah.
And then your email is Balance Living Consulting at what?
At gmail.com,
Okay.
yeah.
So Balance Living Consulting at gmail.com. Okay. All right. That's great. So if anybody listening to this, because hearing Coach Ify speak. She knows her onions and her tomatoes and her salt and pepper, everything. She knows what she's talking about. If you're interested, please reach her on social media, Balanced Living Consulting, or if you want to send her an email, balancedlivingconsulting@gmail.com, and then tell her you're coming from Ngozi Jason. She'll give you a discount. She has said it herself. And then finally, before we leave, what is your final word to any immigrant woman or any migrant woman of African descent, especially those who just moved in the last 5 years? What's your parting word to any of them listening to this episode today?
I would say where you are is enough, but you can do more. So don't think, I must get this to start. No, where you are is enough. Then look for people that have done it. Actively look for somebody that has done it before. It will make your journey shorter. Look for somebody. Listen, and I read a guy, he said, he paid people to mentor them on a personal note. Look for somebody. They say this person has been here 20 years old and she's doing well. Let me ask her what she did, if she can help me. Be open and know that change happens, and try to be adaptive to change. You understand? When those challenges come, go and research something. There's something I have, FIT. The F is find what the problem is. The problem is that you came to a country, it's not easy and everything. That's the problem. The second one is I, information. Gather all the information. Is it about finances? Is it about their school system? Is it about their health? Is it about their work? Get it. The last one, take action. Either you are registering for that course, you are meeting that person, you are going for that. Take action. Don't just sit down. Where you are is good. Take action to get to your own next level. And it's possible. Women have done it. As much as women has done it, and as much as you can imagine it in your head, you can imagine yourself doing something, is already done. That's what and God promises us that He can do much more than you can think or imagine. So I don't know what you are thinking, but God can do much more.
Awesome. I really love that. Find the problem, get information, and take action. That's so easy to remember. So you heard it all from Coach Ify. Thank you so much for coming here today, and would like to invite you again because there's so much. I'm really interested in the things you have to share, the things you have to teach, and I'm sure that the woman who's also listening will be interested in hearing some of the things that you're teaching here. And you're not charging us any money for being here, so you can come and teach us for another 30 to 40 minutes. We have a lot to learn from you. Thank you so much for coming here. And ladies, if you're listening to this episode and you are an African woman who lives abroad and you have a story to tell and you're comfortable sharing that story, even if it's anonymous, you can reach me on ngozijason1@gmail.com. We can share your story on your behalf anonymously. And if you're happy to be on camera, or if you don't even want to be on camera but you don't mind your voice being heard, please reach out to us at ngozijason1@gmail.com. Whatever the challenges you want to share, or your success stories, or you have a solution, you had a challenge and you were able to resolve it and you have a solution, please, and you want to share, reach out to us at ngozijason1@gmail.com. Would love to hear your story, would love to share your story, would love you to help us inspire and motivate other women out there. Thank you so much, Coach Ify, for joining us today. I'm really grateful. Thank you so much. God bless you.
God bless you too.
All right.